Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. Today's video is a chatty get ready with me where I'm just going to go step through step how I put my makeup on and just talk to you whilst I'm doing it. This video is dedicated to Michael and Ray. Thanks for watching. I think we better just jump straight into the makeup. So as you can see, makeup free face. At the moment I've got a really nice spot here. I've got some sort of hyperpigmentation around my side of my face here, really bad troughs and quite a red nose. First thing I've done is I've already moisturised using the E45 Moisturiser Cream, just to kind of set a good base down my face and my neck. Next thing I'm going to go is for foundation. So my base foundation is the Rimmel Match Perfection, and this is in Ivory. Obviously I'm quite tan at the moment, so this is very, very light. So what I do is I match it in with a different foundation. This is a L'Oreal foundation, but I don't know what it's called because the front's rubbed off and it looks really, really dark, but you just mix them together. I got this one a few years ago with a friend when we first kind of learnt about contouring, and we thought it'd be a really good idea to use it to contour. But as you can imagine, it was far too dark and we had no idea what we were doing when we were about 18 or 19. So I just kind of put it on the back of my hand together like this. This is the Isadora Face Buffer, and I just mix those in together till I get a darker shade. And then I just apply to the face. And it looks really scary and offensive when you first do it. It kind of looks like, oh my gosh, this is really dark. Oops. Move the mirror out of the way. But actually, when you start blending it in, it's not too bad, and you can always add extra of each colour. So if you kind of look at it and think, okay, that's too dark, you can always add, for example, like now, always add a little bit more for the lighter foundation, just to lighten it up a bit. But it looks quite messy, but actually it's not too bad. So normally I work like more evening times, night times. I normally start work at kind of 4 o'clock in the afternoon and finish at midnight. So normally I don't put foundation or any kind of makeup on during the day. I normally start applying my makeup about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So my face gets quite a good like breather from makeup. I wouldn't say that I will make up from the moment I wake up. Like I don't get up and shower and then wear makeup. I kind of get up in the morning, get on with my day, normally wear like sweatpants and things like that, and then in the afternoon I'll have a shower and then I'll start all my makeup. So I'm just going to add this down the neck, just so it's kind of more matched. On the camera it looks really like an orangey red, but actually in real life it's not too bad. And I won't be wearing a top like this, so I normally take it down to kind of where I'll be wearing it. I look really orangey red at the moment, but honestly in real life it's not that bad. Now I'm going to go on with my first concealer. This is the Sleek, which is this one, Luminaire concealer in 2. It's one of those. I'm just going to add this under the eye. Like that, just to start covering these troughs. And I use the So Eco foundation brush just to kind of blend it in. I used to use the, what is it called? I used to use the Real Techniques setting brush, but I've started using that for highlighter, and I didn't have a second one, and I didn't really want to be putting it like a wet brush from concealer onto a powder and ruining my highlighter. I also didn't want to transfer super highlighted pigment where I'm trying to conceal, because not always the best combination. Now I go in with the secondary concealer. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection in Ivory again, and this I'm just going to go back under my eye. So the first concealer is kind of very matches my foundation, so that was just covering dark circles. Now I'm going to like boost my colour, and I'm just going to add this to places where I kind of need to be extra highlighted. Like this, and once again it looks really bad on camera, but we'll get there. So again, I'm just going to like spread this out. To start with this brush. Spread this out, and then I'm going to go in with my beauty blender. So I've got damp beauty blender here, and I'm just going to use that to blend in my concealer. And I really like how the beauty blender works. I feel like it gives it a really smooth finish without making it too kind of like cakey, and also you don't get any of those horrible kind of brush stroke lines in it. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you can see the bristle marks, but this kind of makes it really smooth, and you can see it's definitely lightened my face. So next I'm going to go in with some powder. I've got the Model's Own Kabuki brush, and then I use the Collection Sheer Loose powder. If I'm going to like a big event, or I need my makeup to stay on for a really long time, then I will beat my face, which is what Patrick Star does. So I'll kind of just take like a big flat sponge almost, or beauty blender, and just bang it on there. And it looks really excessive. You can see loads of like extra, but it keeps it really super matte, because sometimes I can add powder and then I can touch my face and it still feels like almost slimy, or you can feel like the product, where I feel like if you kind of almost beat the powder in like this, it becomes very like, not powdery to touch, but very, not dry, just you can't feel product, which is what we want. And see, that's kind of lightened it up, and we've kind of become one colour again. But I think that's also because of the changing outside light. But I might take some photos for the end of this video just so you can actually see what it looks like. So now for eyeshadow and eyes, I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to use the Active Cosmetics palette, which is kind of old, I've had it for a while, but it looks like this. And there's a pink sort of line of shadows here. I'm going to take the Real Techniques base shadow brush and just put it into this secondary colour. Next, for my outer corner, I'm going to use this, which is like a pink blush, but it's really quite pigmented. Again, it doesn't look as pink on camera, but I'm going to use the Real Techniques. This is the Central Crease brush. I'm just going to dip it into there and apply that on my corners. Next, because I wear false eyelashes, I need to line this lash line so they kind of look like the matcha. And to do that, I'm using the MUA Makeup Academy 6 Shade Palette in Smoky Shadows. I'm going to use this sort of dark grey here just to do a line. And the brush I'm using for that is the Real Techniques Accent brush. So I'm just going to dip it into there and line my lash line. I've always been like a fan of eyeshadow, but I've normally only gone for kind of more neutral colours, and recently I've really been enjoying wearing pink. I'm not quite sure why, but I've really enjoyed it. Final eyeshadow step, I'm going to go in with the white from this one again, and I'm just going to use it to kind of highlight the eye, and for that I'm using the Deluxe Crease brush. So I'm just going to kind of go up here and into the inner corner, like that, just for a highlight. And to kind of smudge out this lash line, I'm going to be going in with the Rimmel Brown This Way pen, which I know is an eyebrow pen, but it's a really thick, like brown nib, and it just smokes it out really, really well. And again, this is just the base for my eyelashes, because it's really difficult to stick eyelashes onto it like a bare lid. Not because it's hard to stick, but more because it's harder to get them to match up and it not be noticeable that there's a gap between the eyelash and your eyelashes. So now I'm going to curl my eyelashes just to make it them more natural, kind of curl up into the lash. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put some glue on my eyelashes. This is the Duo glue, and I use some Ardell Whispies. I'm just going to apply the glue to those now, and then whilst we carry on and do my, like, the rest of my lashes, my eyebrows, things like that, then they will get nice and tacky. So we're going to go on to browns. I use the Nudes by Maybelline, and I'm going to use this one up here. And I'm going to use the Real Techniques brow brush with that one. And I'm just going to go in and fill those brows just a little bit. I don't use like proper eyebrow products. I don't know why. I'm not massive about my eyebrows, like take them or leave them. I don't get them shaped all the time, and I don't really care for them that much. Like, obviously I get them plucked and stuff, but I just think I'm not that fussed about them, so I just give them a brush too, like that. And I also apply some gel over the top. This is the Collection Colour Lash, and it's clear, and I just use these to kind of set it in. You know, I love wearing makeup. I feel really bad without my makeup. As you see, like, my skin's not great, and I just don't feel confident without putting it on if I'm going to go out and about. Next we're going to do some contouring, so I'm going to zoom you out. So we're going to contour a little bit. I'm going to use the BareMinerals Warmth. This is quite an extreme sort of bronzy colour, but I'm going to use the Real Techniques sculpting brush and dab that in. Tap off the excess. I kind of feel braver using this product after I've had a tan, and so I just kind of do that on the cheekbones, which looks really scary and really dark, but don't worry, because we're gonna fix it. And a bit under the chin, and a tiny bit under the bottom lip. Because it just makes your bottom lip look a lot bigger. So to fix that, I'm going to go back in with that kabuki brush. And just blend it out. So I am nearly done. Got a couple of steps left to do. And just kind of blend that out. I would never use that bronzer if I was really super pale. It'd be too dark. But when I've had a tan, it kind of looks more natural. And now highlighter. This is the Topshop Crescent Moon highlighter. It is very pale for when I've got a tan, so it can be overdone, and I'm using the setting brush that I spoke about, and we're just going to pop some of that onto the cheekbones. I really like this highlighter, but like I said, you can overdo it. Put a bit on the end of my nose. Ooh. And Cupid's bow. It's very nice and glowy. I'm gonna pop lips on as well. This is the MAC Velvet Teddy lipstick. So it's just this nice brown. Matte lipsticks smell so good. But I like this for kind of a neutral everyday. So that's nice and easy. Now I'm going to zoom you in, apply my lashes, and then we're done. Take the lash and stick it on my lash line. Even though I do this most days, some days we're really bad at it. Some days we're quite good and it goes on first time. Other days I'll put them on and then half an hour later I'll be re-sticking the side on. So once you're happy with the lashes, you're kind of all done. So that's kind of what I do most days if I'm going to work or going for coffee or something. It can be a bit extra for some people, you know, with their lashes. But I just really like how it looks, and this lash needs adjusting. I'll sort that out after this video, but I'll take some photos and I'll insert some photos so you can kind of see what it looks like all done. I will link as many things as I can in the description bar down below, along with all my social media, so go and check me out. If you like this video then please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you have, then make sure you push the bell button for notifications every time I upload, which is every Thursday at 6 o'clock. Well, I will see you next Thursday.